My name's Lauren Ashlee Comp, and I'm a junior producer. I'm at Voltage Entertainment USA Inc. It's a subsidiary of Voltage Inc. in Japan. They are visual novel romance games. They're called otome games in Japanese, and they are targeted at women who would like to experience romance. I would have a completely queer game already. Probably. We'd explore a lot more options, but we do have a bit of a corner on the market we're in, so I don't think too much would change, actually, other than being a bit more diverse. I have had users say they didn't think non-binary was a real thing until they played my game. It's frequently just introducing them to topics they aren't necessarily exposed to. A lot of them are cisgendered heterosexual women, and introducing them to queer characters, characters whose gender identities don't fit the binary, and slowly easing them into it has helped a lot. That character started as a minor character and became a main character, and that progression allowed people to understand it more fully. Yes, I do believe games as a whole do that through all different forms of diversity. You know, there's games that have made people realize, hey, it's not okay to be racist. There's games where men feel comfortable to play as women for the first time in their lives, like Mass Effect, right? There's a lot of men who thought, oh, FemShep's cool, and then realized, oh, she's actually really awesome. It gives people a chance to experience things they never would, so that helps grow the mind. Gamifying normal tasks has helped people change their actual habits and behaviors. There's an entire habit RPG app, right, which is gamifying your tasks. So things like that have a direct influence. We have mostly fantastical games. The Japanese branch has a few that are more grounded in reality. They're called slice of life is typically the genre, where you're an average high school student or you're an average worker. And in our case, you know, you fall in love with your coworker or your best friend or that sort of thing. Escapism is definitely a big part of it. Our games, it is experiencing something that maybe you're not receiving in real life, and the romance is pretty deeply tied to that. But people like being able to dream, and I think that's what those fantasy elements give them. Yes. It has been a progression of adding more and more of these considerations to the game. I mean, as a base, it started with sexuality, adding lesbian romance options to games that had previously only been heterosexual romance was a huge first step. As we've progressed, we've dealt with alcoholism, and that was also specifically within the LGBT community. We have a lesbian character who struggles with alcoholism, and you help her not directly confront that, but it does make a clear difference. You see her get better over the course of the game. We try not to get too heavy, mostly because these are romance games, and not that romance can't be heavy, but we want users to feel good at the end of the day. So a lot of it is putting a pretty dress on an issue and letting users interact with it as they see fit. If they want to read into it more, they absolutely can. If they want to focus on more of the fluff that's also okay. They have been incredibly supportive of our direction to be more inclusive and more on the nose with real world issues. A lot of people didn't pick up on it as a theme, surprisingly, because we didn't hit users over the head with it. Over the course of 2 seasons for this character are out right now. In the first season, she has a drink in many scenes, and that's even in other characters' routes, not even just her own. And by the end of the second season, it's clear that she's not drinking as much, and characters will comment on it, and she's drinking water at parties instead of boozing it up, that sort of thing. So a couple users have noticed because it is an issue directly in our community, and they appreciate it because we do our very best to handle it in a way that's not scary.